Hello everyone, I'm TF Girl 444 and at your request, today I bring you my top Transformers characters. The dynamics of the video will be simple. I show my top 10 Decepticons, top 10 Autobots, and finally my final top. Without further ado, let's begin. Thundercracker, the Decepticon that I would put in the top 8 if it weren't for the fact that I haven't read it yet. I don't know, I love him so much, and from what I was spoiled about it I know I'm going to love him more. I don't have much to say, I like him a lot. Breakdown. Here I had an internal fight to put Dragstrip on, but based on the number of appearances Breakdown wins. I like his Prime version a lot, but my favorite, without a doubt, is his Earthspark version in design and story. I mean, isn't he incredible? Dreadwing. I don't know any other version but Prime's is. He seems like one of the best characters to me. His honor, his loyalty to Megatron, his desire for revenge. I wish they wouldn't kill him like that he had become a bot without a side or something like that. Wouldn't a fight between him and Ultra Magnus have been awesome? Knockout, the vain doctor of the Decepticons. I like his painting. Just kidding. Although I like the color. Seriously, he is very charismatic, funny, and at the same time he has episodes in which he simply looks like a cool guy. Swindle, the businessman of the Decepticons. There is not much to say. The design is always great, and I love that there is a character that always wants to win something. Or maybe I like that with a name as explicit as Swindle he can still scam everyone. I really like the Earthspark version, but now that I've seen animated, I don't know which version I like more. Not to mention the Combaticons Swindle. Deadened. Seriously, he's so pessimistic and I still can't help but love him. I already loved him because of my personal universe lol, but Cyberverse appeared. Each of his sarcastic comments seems brilliant to me. It sounds weird, but it doesn't matter. Blitzwing. Where to start? In the Bumble? No, not that one. This one. In his first dialogue, I knew that he had earned the #1 position of the Decepticons in animated. The design is epic, the triple personality is epic, his voice is epic. He also knows how to sing.
The itsy bitsy spider!
Who but the traitor seeker, Starscream? I don't have to go into many details here. Almost all his versions have the same concept, but each one has his own thing. I'm looking forward to seeing Armada mainly because of the Screamer. But I don't know if I can choose a favorite version. Prime, Earthspark, G1, all are great. I can only say,
All hail Starscream!
Shockwave, the mad scientist. I simply adore this Cyclops. Everything he does is logical. No, I'm sorry. Seriously though, I like that he's loyal to the Decepticon cause. Furthermore, his cold and practically emotionless personality makes him a complete mad scientist. He is definitely not afraid to hurt. And his design accompanies his personality. My favorite versions are the Prime one and the Cyberverse one. The Prime one is almost everything I said before, but the Cyberverse one has something different that I love. In addition to his design, obviously. In the #1 position, there could be no other than the most superior Decepticon. The true face of the Decepticons. The true Decepticon, Soundwave. I don't know exactly how to summarize. He is the most loyal Decepticon to Megatron and above all to the Decepticon cause. It's pretty hard to find a bad design in Soundwave. Furthermore, everything he does is done with a unique style. I'll stick with the Prime and Cyberverse version once again. On Prime, he is simply a genius. Megatron only knows how to tell him.
Excellent, Soundwave.
And his vow of silence makes him more terrifying. On the other hand, the Cyberverse one is awesome. He always does everything with a style, but at the same time, he has his funny moments. In summary,
Soundwave superior. Turn most inferior.
now let's talk about the Autobots. Ultra Magnus. We all know that he is not very funny, but he is always willing to do anything for the Autobot cause. He is also one of the strongest Autobots and second in command. That's why he usually takes greater risks. Regarding my favorite version, I don't think I have. Prime or G1, I guess. Blur, the fastest Autobot there is. He is not usually very friendly and is rather irritable. Whatever it is, I manage to like him. I don't have much to say about him, which is strange considering who we're talking about. I guess my favorite versions are G1, animated, and robots in disguise. In the end, I said almost all of it, lol. I don't care if half the fandom hates him, I love him. Since season 3 of G1, I love him, and it bothered me a little that just when he was finally feeling confident in himself, they revived Optimus. In general, I like his carefree and fun personality, and I also like the arc he has in Cyberverse, but I felt that they also pushed him aside in the end of the universe. Evidently, he is condemned. As for design, my favorite is without a doubt Cyberverse. I won't say more so as not to be in trouble. Smokescreen is somewhat similar to Hot Rod in several ways, but he has his things. I think he is, if not the best, one of the best developed characters in Transformers Prime. He went from being cool and arrogant to being cool and humble. Plus, he's so cute. I mean, he has such a cool design. It's a shame he doesn't have more important appearances. It would have been very good if he appeared in at least one episode of Robots in Disguise. Prowl, the police. Don't ask me why it's one of my favorites, I don't even know. He's not very funny or nice either, but he just does his job. Still, he is very loyal. I didn't read it, but from what I know, everything I said doesn't apply, so don't comment me anything about it. Now, on the other hand, there is Animated's Prowl. I don't have to say much here. He's a totally different character, but anyone who has seen Animated can guess why I like him. I really hope he shows up in Earthspark and has a major appearance. I need it. Arcee. She is the first fembot I saw, so obviously I have a special appreciation for her. I mean, why would I have her in profile? But I'm not going to talk much about Prime because she is also a quite different character. With this, I'm not saying that I don't adore her. She is usually happy, fun, and kind, but she is also very dangerous to her enemies. In terms of designs, my favorites are Prime or Animated. In position 4 is no one more and no one less than the Autobot Doctor, Ratchet. He's grumpy, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a great spark. He always does his best to help everyone and would not forgive himself if something bad happened if he could avoid it. Just as my 3 favorite Autobots never change, Ratchet never stopped being my 4th favorite Autobot. Prime and Animated are obviously my favorite versions. Now I am going to open a parenthesis to make the honorable mentions. When I wanted to put together the top, I realized how many characters I wanted to put, but they didn't fit. In the Decepticons we have Dragstrip, Slipstream, Megatron, Shadow Striker, and Predaking. Actually, I usually say that my top 3 favorite Decepticons are Soundwave, Shockwave, and Predaking. But Predaking is a Predacon, so I didn't include it in the top. On the Autobot side there are my beloved Perceptor, Optimus, Grimlock, Impactor, Windblade not in Cyberverse lol, and Elita 1. I close parentheses, and we enter the podium. Mirage. To tell the truth, I have loved him for a long time before Rise of the Beasts was released, although now it is perhaps more common to find him in anyone's top. I'm not sure why it became my favorite. I think I liked his invisibility abilities and holograms. Then I got to know his personality and saw the G1 episode Traitor. Although War for Cybertron trilogy was not a great series, I really liked the appearance of Mirage. I guess one of the reasons I like Mirage is that I identify with him quite a bit. In the top two we have Jazz. He's just great. He's cool, he's happy, he likes music. In that sense, I also feel identified. When I wasn't a Transformers fan yet and I watched AMVS, I always said it was my favorite. After getting to know Transformers better, it became my second favorite. There were several times when I wondered if I really liked him that much, but after watching animated, I confirmed it. And in position 1, as many already knew, is Bumblebee. I don't care that Hasbro uses him as a mascot and that he is already very overused. He's the reason I originally became a fan. We all know the Scout, so I'm not going to go into details. There was a time when Transformers scared me a little. Everyone except Bumblebee, and that was why I agreed to watch Transformers with my brothers. The first thing we saw of Transformers was Transformers Prime, so I quickly stopped being afraid, but Bumblebee never stopped being the one I found most likable. Not in all the Transformers shows is my favorite. For example, in G1 my favorite can be Hot Rod, just like in Cyberverse. But when I think of Transformers, the first one is always Bumblebee. And even if I wanted it, I don't think it will change. Finally, this will be the final top between Autobots and Decepticons. Well, guys, I want to thank each of you immensely for being here and supporting me. I never imagined I would reach 500 subscribers. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you watched it in its entirety, lol, and without anything else to say, have a great day.